Meanwhile Gardens, an Urban Adventure by Charles Caselton. Chapter 1. Humdinger the Third. For the third morning in a row, Ollie Michelson woke up with Bringing in the Sheaves playing in his mind with all the insistence of a church organ. As the phone rang, he looked at the alarm clock beside his bed and saw 9:45 flashing red on the display. Ollie knew who it was before he picked up the receiver. The first of his concerned morning calls. "It's a beautiful day." The woman's voice was firm but friendly, with a hint of Jamaican that betrayed her childhood. "Join me for coffee." Ollie yawned and stretched. "Auntie Em, I know you weren't out last night and you certainly didn't have company." "Auntie Em, if you're not going to join me, I'll bring something back for you. And we'll go for a walk. Your young friend will need to. You can't stay in and mope forever." Without waiting for a reply, she gently put down the phone. Auntie Em knew that if you gave people the option, they would invariably take it. Sometimes it was best not to give it to them. Ollie stayed in bed for another half an hour, enjoying the gentle breathing and warmth of hum, the young friend Auntie Em had alluded to, the young friend who twisted and turned in his sleep next to him. Ollie appreciated the regular checks by his neighbours and friends. After all, it had now been nearly a month since his best and oldest friend had been killed. Perhaps it was about time, Ollie thought, to focus on his own life. Or if not his life, on the life of Hum, who slumbered beside him. Hum, the last living link to his dead friend. James's death had thrust parenthood on Ollie, and he realised he must be responsible and think for two now. Hum's full name was Humdinger the Third. He was nearly 3 years old, adorable and mischievous in equal measure, and all wonderful. Ollie remembered the day James had got home and proudly brought him round a 2-month-old pup with attitude. It seemed natural to call him Humdinger. What other name would fit? And as for the third, well, the pup had such a confident air, such an unshakable belief in himself, such an unhesitating charm, that they both agreed he needed an appropriately American name. All the most confident Americans had the third with their names, and so it was agreed, should Humdinger. Ollie drew the sitting room curtains and looked down the little cobbled mews. From his vantage point at the entrance, he could see all the 5 houses, each with a brightly painted door. Corner in the bottom of the mews was a C-shaped house where Auntie Em lived with Gemma. They were known to all as Auntie Em and Auntie Jem, or Jem and Em for short. Greenery spilled over the railings of the narrow first floor balcony that ran the length of their pretty house, the largest in the mews. Noticing movement in Ollie's window, Nicky waved at him from her studio across the ways. She put her forefinger to her thumb and bent her wrist as if drinking from a cup. Christ, Ollie thought, all my friends want to do is turn me into a caffeinated wreck. He waved back and gestured for the photographer to come over. She said I couldn't stay in and mope all day. Why the hell not? Why can't I? She's right. Well, of course she's right, Nix, but Ollie's voice trailed off. Sweetheart, we all miss the hell out of James, and no one's begrudging you the right to grieve, but you're moping, not grieving. You're using this as an excuse to what, Nix? Just to put off whatever you're putting off, to put off living. I do live. No, sweetheart, what you do is eat. Nicky prodded him in the waist. I can hardly feel your ribs. It's been a crap summer, Ollie blustered. Everyone's a bit heavier. It helps to keep out the cold. It hasn't been that cold. Besides, there are other things to keep out the chill, like the thinnest cashmere, like silken thermal underwear, like porridge, Ollie asked hopefully. Sure, as long as you don't overload it with cream and sugar. Nicky went to the garage, lifted the lid and peered in. Inside the heavy stainless steel can, where the packaging, wrappers and empty boxes are told of Ollie's burgeoning gears. Brambly apple pie and cinnamon, Nicky read out loud. Rhubarb and blackberry crumble, family size. I was going to ask you over, Ollie said defensively. Cherry, strawberry and raspberry thick crust, cherry, strawberry and raspberry. Nicky looked at Ollie and raised her eyebrows. It's good. You should try it, Nix.